Hello everybody. Today is story time. Pumpkin. We're trying a different area today, huh? Yes. Guinea pig playroom is very loud today. Today's story is Curious George Visits the Library by Margret and H.A. Rays. How many of you guys like to visit the library? Write it down in the comments section. Pumpkin says she likes to visit the library. Anywhere she can get attention. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today George and his friend, the man with the yellow hat, were at the library. Have any of you guys went to the story time at the library? Give a thumbs up if you have. Oops, sorry, Bunky. George had never been to the library before. He had never seen so many books before either. Everywhere he looked, people were reading. Some people read quietly to themselves. But in the children's room, the librarian was reading out loud. Are you supposed to be quiet or loud in the library? What do you think, Punky? Punky is showing a good example about how quiet you should be in the library. Baby chicks are not. They're being very loud. It was story hour. George loved stories. He sat down with a group of children to listen. George liked bunnies. Behind the librarian was a book about a dinosaur. George liked dinosaurs even more. He hoped she would read it next. But next, the librarian read a book about a train. George tried to sit quietly and wait for the dinosaur book to be read. But sometimes it is hard for a little monkey to be patient. Do you guys have a favorite book? Is it hard to sometimes wait for anything for that matter, let alone wait for your favorite book to be read? What do you think, Punky? Yeah? You like books about treats? Yeah? When the librarian started a story about jungle animals, George could not wait any longer. He had to see the dinosaur book. He tiptoed closer. Look, a monkey, shouted a girl. The librarian put her finger to her lips. We must be quiet so everyone can hear, she said nicely. But there's a monkey, said a boy. The librarian nodded and smiled. She agreed. Let's see if you guys can see it. Yeah. Do you guys see the monkey in the book? Does it look just like what George is doing? Reaching out for something? Yes. When she finished reading the jungle story, the librarian reached for the dinosaur book. Where did it go? And where was George? Do you see where George is in this book? Where is he going? George was all ready to take the dinosaur book home and read it with his friend when another book caught his eye. This book was about trucks. George wanted to take it home too. And here was a book about elephants. George loved elephants. He added it to his pile. George found so many good books, he soon had more than he could carry. He leaned against a shelf to rest. Squeak! Went the shelf. Shh, said the man. Squeak! went the shelf again, and it moved. Why, it wasn't really a shelf at all. George had found a special cart for carrying books. What luck! Now George could carry all the books he wanted. He rolled the cart between the shelves and stacked up books about boats and kites and baking cakes. He climbed higher to reach books about trains and planes. Sometimes I feel like I could use a cart when I go to the library. Then I'd have to take that cart home. What about you guys? Is it hard to pick only a couple books out? What do you think, Punkin? Is it hard to only pick out a couple books? Yeah. Next time I'll have to bring you a carrot home. She'll get a carrot afterwards. At last, George had all the books he could handle. He couldn't wait to head home and start reading. And right in front of him was a ramp leading to the door. George was curious. Did he roll the cart all the way home? What do you guys think? Write down in the comment section. Down the ramp George went. The cart rolled faster and faster. Stop! The library volunteer shouted. Come back here with my cart. The cart was picking up speed, and George was having fun. That does look like fun. But do you think George is making a good choice or maybe not a good choice? What do you think, Pumpkin? Is he making a good choice? What do you think? You want to go down the cart too? No. Until crash! George in the cart ran smack into a shelf of encyclopedias. Books flew up into the air, and so did George. He landed in a big pile right between O and P. Oh no! You see? Oh, that's not a good choice, huh? I think Pumpkin changed her mind. I don't think she wants to go in the cart anymore. Oh no, moaned the volunteer when he saw the mess George had made. How am I going to put away all these books? I'd like to borrow this one, said a boy from the story hour. And I'll take this one, said a girl. With help from George and the children, the books were sorted in no time. Soon there was just a small pile of George's favorites left. Isn't it fun when we work together and how much quicker things go by when we work as a team? Pumpkin agrees. Yeah. Do you agree, Pumpkin? You're looking very pretty. Would you like to take those books home with you? The volunteer asked George. Then he took George to a special desk and helped him get his own library card. George was holding his brand new card when his friend arrived with a stack of books of his own. There you are, George, he said. I see you are all ready to check out. George and his friend gave their books to the librarian. She smiled when she saw George's pile. I was wondering where that dinosaur book went, she said. It's one of my favorites, too. The librarian stamped the books and handed them back to George. How many of you guys have your own library card? It's pretty cool. I don't know if they'll give you a library card, Pumpkin, but we can always make you one. Yeah. It's a pretend library card. With his books under one arm, George waved goodbye to the volunteer, the librarian, and the children from Story Hour. Come see us again, George, the librarian said, waving back. Enjoy your books. And he did. The end. What do you think, Pumpkin? Was that a good story? Yeah? was a good story. Did you guys like the story? What was your favorite part of the story? Write it down in the comments. We'd love to hear it, along with what your favorite book is. Alright, until next Wednesday, have a great week. Week. See ya. Say bye, Punky. Punky's ready for her carrot. Are you ready for the carrot? Look at those cute little lippies. Oh, they're so cute. And say bye to everybody. Bye. Bye, guys.